Alrighty, welcome back to a different opinion. Today we got a little bit of a cultural one here with the Dave Chappelle incident. I mean, I seen it yesterday. I didn't think it was actually going to become as big as it has, but I kind of just want to make a video about it just to kind of say, how wrong it is to just attack someone because of a joke. Like, I mean, there's a joke, and then there's something that they really, really believe. And I mean, these people are paid, to make jokes. So to take things like this seriously, it always amazes me when people get offended that to the point where they go and attack someone. But I digress. I'll quickly play this one just to show you the image. That's the person attacking Dave Chappelle. Just dove straight into him. But obviously, it didn't end up very well for the guy. But yeah, so the attack, Howard Stern calls out Hollywood's hypocrisy in relation to the Will Smith snap. The shock attack on comedian Dave Chappelle during a live show laid bare how effed up Hollywood is, according to the radio icon Howard Stern. In a rant on this show, the host called out the blatant double standards revealed by the starkly different treatment handed out by Will Smith, who assaulted comedian Chris Rock at the Oscars, and Chappelle's alleged attacker. This guy jumped on stage and attacked Dave Chappelle, he said on the Howard Stern show. As soon as that happened, did they let him go back and sit in his seat and laugh? And sit next to his wife and then give them an award? No, they took him backstage, they broke his arms and hands so bad they effing beat the S out of him. Well, I mean, allegedly. Anyway, he might have injured himself on the fall, you never know. But we all know really what happened. I'll jump on to the next one. A man charged for attacking Dave Chappelle with a replica gun at the LA Comedy Festival. So he had a replica gun on him. A man's been charged with assault with a deadly weapon. I believe the bail is set at $30,000. I think this one's a good one. Yeah. To look at the guy's arm, it's like out here. So apparently it's like fractured or dislocated. He also has a busted up nose, black eye, everything. So he obviously, there he is right there. Look at the painted nails too. Like those stupid gloves. I don't know what it is about like being woke that you got to have these type of like gloves on. It's like a given thing. And you got to paint your nails as well. Man, the dude got beat. Apparently he's a wannabe rapper. He's a 23-year-old. And yeah, I don't know, if you want to be rapping, you get offended by jokes, you're probably in the wrong business. But I guess this day and age, the new rappers that people listen to, they're all about feelings and like being one and finding your inner self and being, friendly to everyone and everything. I mean, the original rappers, they were actually gangsters, like people that did things illegally and didn't care what people's feelings got hurt. But yeah, it just shows kind of the generation we're in, really, isn't it? It's getting worse. But the audience member who stormed the stage, tackled Dave Chappelle, has been identified as Isaiah Lee. Lee, 23, was booked in charge of felony assault with a deadly weapon early Wednesday. The LA Police Department confirmed to page 6 he's being held on $30,000 bail. He ain't gonna be able to pay that. Dressed like that, no way he's gonna be able to pay that. Officer Lizeth Lomelli, a spokeswoman for the LAPD, said Lee charged a stand-up comedian, 48, Tuesday night while carrying a replica gun that had a blade inside. The Robin Hood Men in Tights star was performing at the Hollywood Bowl as part of the Netflix's A Joke festival when the mayhem unfolded around 10:45 local time towards the end of the stand-up show, according to the witnesses. Shocking footage showed Chappelle standing on stage and Lee charged and slammed the comic to the floor. Seconds later, the attacker was tackled by security. He was transported to a nearby hospital with injury before being booked behind bars. Video also showed Chappelle joking about how he stomped backstage after the attack. Look at that, busted up. Not smart, man. And dressed like that, like, come on, bro. Not helping yourself here. Despite the shocking turn of events, attendee Chris Rock managed to make light of the joking on stage. Was that Will Smith, in reference to the King Richard star slapping him at the Oscars in March. Chappelle began the attack as a victim. He quickly turned the narrative against him when he joked that it must have been a trans man who tackled him. Leave the trans community alone. FFS. Bulls, T words like to why the trans community are the most victimized, assaulted, and abused. One critic tweeted, "Man, this is the reason why he keeps like people keep joking about the trans community is because everyone gets so butthurt. Like if people didn't react the way they did, no one would be joking about them. If you think I'm going to feel sorry for that transphobe Dave Chappelle, Please don't. The moment security protects him from the attack, he immediately jokes it was transgender man. It wasn't. But it's clear he will continue to put a target on trans people regardless. It's not a target on them. Like, seriously, like, if anything, he's putting a target on himself for hate. But it's not that he hates trans people. Like he said, that story he said on the last one, that like one of his closest friends that like went to his shows and everything was trans, and he got her to open for him and stuff, even though, you know, she might not be the funniest person. He still let the person open for him. So all this hate, like, he explained it all in his last special, and people still really think that his jokes are real talk. When you see news organizations pull up, oh, but he said this in a show, like it's he actually meant that as a quote to say personally to someone, is the dumbest thing ever. I mean, how dumb have jokes become now? Like, jokes nowadays are so weak, are so weak. They're not even funny anymore. You look at shows about 10, 20 years ago, and they were hilarious. There was no boundaries. You could nearly say whatever you wanted, and people laughed. And when people didn't laugh, you didn't like the joke. Like, that's all. No one got super offended. Like, if someone did, they'd walk out. They won't go run on stage and tackle someone or walk up stage and slap someone, even though I still believe that's fake. But anyway, I digress. Just a little fun one. Let me know what you think. Dave Chappelle, he's hilarious. And for anyone to take his jokes seriously, like, it really needs to grow up. And that's why it's pretty much a 23-year-old that did it. Isn't it funny the younger people nowadays get more offended than the older people? The roles have reversed. But if you did like the video, please leave it a like. Subscribe if you want to see my future videos, and leave a comment if you agree or disagree, or any other interesting things to look at. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.